Alright guys, I'm going to start out on a 30-gallon tank today, instead of going straight to the 55, and I'll explain why in a second. As you can see, the 30-gallon tank's doing really well. It does seem to be having a little bit of a bacterial bloom. I put in a new fish yesterday. I don't know if you could really see him, but he's a high fin pleco. The girl at the store, I was going to get a rubber lip pleco instead, but she said they look really ugly when they get bigger. So I said, alright, well, pick me out a pleco then. She goes, get this one. It's a high fin, or it's actually called a sail fin pleco. It's also known as a high fin pleco. But he's a baby right now. He's very little. Not really doing much for cleaning. But anyway, my Jack Dempseys are doing alright. The other one ate like the back end of that one's tail, so I don't know how well he's going to be doing. He might actually end up dying. For whatever reason, the one got really big really fast, and he's just been tearing up the other one. So I don't know how long the little guy's going to last. Kind of assumed that was going to happen anyway, but whatever. Anyway, my quarry cats are still doing pretty good. And everything else in the 30-gallon tank's doing really well. Now to the problem tank. There is a major bacterial bloom going on in this tank. I've been told it's going to go away in about a week. It's been about 5 days. If it doesn't go away soon, I'm going to do another water change. I did about a 10 or 15-gallon water change the other day, and I've gone from feeding them twice a day to once a day. As you can see, my Oscar's not very happy about that. And he's been swimming around the top a lot lately, begging for food like you can't believe. And he's also been getting very pissy and grabbing the rocks from the gravel and picking it up and throwing it at the glass. So anybody who says that fish is not intelligent obviously doesn't have an Oscar. The only reason I know it's a bacterial bloom and it's not a, problem is the fact that none of my fish have died. I know they're all pretty hardy fish right now, but even then, it's one of those things where, like, you play it by ear, and really, if anybody was going to die, it would be these two guys right here, the bala sharks. For whatever reason, they're the most delicate fish I've ever owned, and if something's wrong in the water, they usually get sick and die first. So really, they're like nature's way of telling you, hey, you fucked up. But anyway, like I said, I got, I'm hoping this goes away soon and that it just clears up on its own. I put in yesterday because I had a Planera problem. I don't know if anybody knows what Planera is, but it's like a little white worm, and it's actually a form of bacteria. They grow really fast, especially if you overfeed a little bit, which I do have a habit of doing, unfortunately. I ended up overfeeding my fish a couple times. I really didn't think it was that bad down here, but apparently they weren't eating it all, and it was just sitting there on the bottom. But if that happens, the Planera bloom, and they end up growing faster. The gravel, like, what happens is the food will sink into the gravel. That's where all the Planera usually lives. And if there's too many Planera living in the gravel and there's not enough room, they start to swim up onto the glass. And you could actually, I could actually still see a few of them on the glass. But anyway, I did a aquarium salt treatment the other day. I did 30 gallons worth in here and 55 gallons worth in there yesterday, and so Actually, I did a little bit more in this tank just to make sure that there was nothing really going on. I think I put in about 60 gallons worth. But anyway, I'm really hoping this is just a bacterial bloom. I don't know if anybody can tell me if it is or not. I think it's just a cycling process, but like I said, if you know what's going on, I think it's just a bacterial bloom, and it's, nothing bad. It doesn't look like an algae bloom, like somebody told me it could be. If it was an algae bloom, I think it would be more green than anything, but it looks more of like a light white, kind of almost like an offset yellow, but it's not really yellowish. I think that could just be the mixture of light, because I have fluorescent and LED on this tank. But like I said, it's been like this for about a week now, and somebody told me that I could have restarted the cycle, because I did a 25-gallon water change the one time, because it was really getting really badly cloudy. So somebody told me I could have restarted the cycle and screwed everything up. But anyway, I think it's going to go away. I hope it goes away soon, because I would love to have this tank crystal clear shortly. If anybody has any suggestions for me, please leave it in the comments. And that's about it. Just go over the tanks again real quick, and yeah.